Welcome to the Porn Reboot podcast, where you get practical tips to gaining control over your porn or sex addiction. We help ambitious men end their out-of-control sexual behavior with pornography, sex, and masturbation so that you can maximize your life, perform at your potential, and remain in control in the driver's seat, which is where you have to be in order to gain or maintain the success you want in life. I'm your host, J.K. Amazi, certified sex and porn addiction recovery coach. Welcome to the episode. At Porn Reboot, we believe that compulsive sexual behavior needs to be tackled in a holistic way. We address not just your habits, but any traumatic events that have impacted you in your life. We also address co-occurring disorders, addictions, and habits, as well as limiting beliefs. So in order to best serve our clients, we've curated and brought together some of the best professionals in their fields to coach and support you through your reboot journey. In certain episodes, we'll be sharing some excerpts from our coaches' sessions, and I hope that you find these helpful.
Hey everyone, I have here Darren. He's from the implementation program, and he's willing to share his wins and lessons so far by implementing the system. So Darren, can you please tell us a little bit about yourself and how you came across the Porn Reboot system?
I'm 41 and I joined the group back in, I guess it was summer of last year, but it's kind of wishy-washy at first just because, man, I had a lot of triggers that I had to get myself out of, to be able to really give it a shot, like a real good thing. And once I got going though, and it got back in October, man, ever since then, man, I've been killing it in this program, and I can't be thankful enough for it because, man, I thought I was never going to have the control that I would be able to have.
No, thank you, Darren. And what were you struggling specifically during that? Even when you joined, right, you're still struggling. So what was going on in your mind? What was happening?
Well, whenever I joined, what got me to join is because, man, I was crying on my bathroom floor because I kept going down this cycle, being that I was addicted to stimulants too, because I'm a people pleaser. So that enabled me to be able to get everything done. But my reward would be to binge on porn for, man, I don't know, hours after I completed everything. So, man, I was on like little sleep and maybe 2 or 3 hours of sleep, maybe a night. Some nights I didn't even sleep. And yeah, it ended with me on the bathroom floor crying, thinking that, man, I was never going to be able to get out of the situation that I was in. Whenever I could hear my own voice again, it told me to get up off the ground and stop crying and feeling sorry for myself, that I wasn't going to die today, but I did need to get some help. And then I came across Porn Reboot. And ever since then, like I said, I was wishy-washy whenever I first got in, just because, man, just that inner voice in your head kind of talks you out of it. But the guys were there, Orestes and David were there to help me, get back in and stick with it.
No, thank you, brother. No, that was very vulnerable. Thank you for sharing. And very real, right? This is the reality of where your addiction could take you. And there's always that brief moment of like hope, right? We're like, hey, you know what? It's that last stand of like, hey, I could do something. And I'm so glad that you listened to that voice and that you're here, man. I know we could start dark here, but it's only going to get better. I promise you guys.
Yeah,
But,
for sure.
So when you started implementing, right, and you struggled a little bit in the beginning because you had some doubt, some, withdrawals and stuff. So, hey, what was that catalyst that you said, you know what, this time I'm going to just do it, right? I'm going to just wholeheartedly implement the system. So what did you find that helped you out the most when you started implementing?
Man, whenever I first got it, man, gym routine, because I realized that's one of my core values too, is health and fitness through, doing this. But because I was having doubts that I would even be an accountability partner for anybody, because I wouldn't even, at that point, I felt like I was showing up for, even with my job, to please other people, but never for myself. So the one thing I did show up for myself was at the gym first. And that's what proved to me that I could, be able to have an accountability partner that they could count on me. And just, man, honestly, whenever I left the group after 2 weeks that first time, man, I felt like I had let you and David down. So, and that was beating myself up over that too. So that's why, man, whenever I came back in, I had to realize that I had to be a good partner to myself as well. Yeah. And my gym routine is what helped me with that, to be able to continue on in the program.
No, thank you for sharing that. So like a gym was like your anchor to help you to do something for yourself, right? Because the people pleasing, we neglect our own needs, right? So that we kind of resent ourselves when we find that out, but use that as a way to be proactive with your reboot, and you're working on that part of your reboot capital is very important. So, and so the gym routine was, well, one of your anchors. What else was a pivotal for you to continue the progress that you're in right now?
Showing up for the call. Man, once I started doing that too as well, once I started showing up for the calls, it held me accountable to, and I kind of avoided actually showing up to the calls at first. But man, once I started, man, I kind of just dove into that too, because just it's really interesting. And I had really never done a whole lot of Zoom meetings before. And I didn't know how comfortable I would be, but man, after class 1, I was comfortable. I knew I was going to come back and continue to make all the calls. And so that's definitely been one of the things. And from there, I mean, I've always been a deep thinker. And so I've been dialoguing with myself for quite some time. So, and dialoguing's also helped me out tremendously as well. That's another big thing that's helped me out.
Nice. So like the live calls. So which ones are your go-to? I know we're not picking favorites, but which one did you kind of lean towards more, like looking forward to, that helped you out?
Man, and it's crazy. It's the last one I started attending, which was Chris Rogers, man. But I mean, all of them are great. You know what I mean? But Chris, me and Chris are both musicians too. So man, man, yeah.
There you go. Also, the breaking the cycle call, right? That's the call you're referring to. Yeah, great call, right? Very. I joke with him like, bro, I'm just gonna name you're the author of Breaking the Cycle by Chris Rogers. It's not the George.
Man.
No, but that's a really good call. I love it. Very informative, very interactive, right? And you could apply it the moment you're there in the call. So, awesome.
And man, I'd really like to start. Man, I haven't got to one of yours yet, man, but I sure would like to, man.
Oh man, for sure.
So I'm definitely planning on catching up on yours too.
The hot seat, bro. It's scary. I'm kidding. It's just more it's to feel, hey, whenever you're ready. My philosophy is whenever the brother shows up, you're ready for the call. That's good, man. So that's the call that you've been finding the most helpful, because so dialoguing, right? So that's been a big part of helping you understand your addict side more.
Yes, for sure. And man, last night I felt like I had a pretty big breakthrough on I've been avoiding myself. That's where I think I'm at right now. Anyway, whenever I really went to a lot of dialoguing last night for quite some time. So
that's good. And you kind of dive into those, if you will, those shadow parts of yourself where it's like, oh, I've been not exposing or showing my authentic self, which I thought I was, but in reality, I was putting masks on this whole time. Yeah. Right.
And so it's crazy is I've been a musician my whole life, but I cut myself off for like the last 10 years. But anyway, I've been back in the last 2 years. And I finally got a name the other night, I finally got a name for my new project that I'm working on. It's going to be I Am the Shadow I Hide.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. That's awesome. Okay, see, there you go.
So, man, I've finally come on, getting everything. I've been writing now for 2 years, but I've been without a name I've come up with that. And so, and my album title is going to be Listening in Silence. So,
man, I'm excited for you, bro. It seems like a lot who you are is coming out. Earlier, before we started recording, bro, I see this light in you, man. Like you're literally a different person now versus when I met you the first time. And that's good to see, like you growing in your reboot, learning more about yourself, revealing things about yourself that you need to work on. And how has that impacted you connecting with other people? How is that going for you?
Man, actually, I used to have quite a few friends, if you would have said maybe 5 years ago. But I went through a breakup with a narcissist, like a girl who's a definitely covert narcissist. And man, that impacted me greatly. I dove off into narcissism deeper than most are willing to go, because a lot of that is it's really scary once you get down into it.
Yeah.
But like I said, I went pretty deep into it. And well, after that, I lost probably half of my friends that I thought were my friends anyway. And then I lost the other half whenever I joined this program. And, I would tell them about it. Well, I guess it triggered them. So actually right now I'm down to a point where I'm in solitude.
Oh, nice.
And I needed that because I'm telling you, whenever I said I had a lot of triggers around me that
Mhm.
were triggering back before I was fully committed to the program. And after I watched module 1, he started talking about triggers. And I was like, oh my God, I'm surrounded by triggers. And I was like, man, I've got to be able to get free. So immediately that's whenever I started noticing, a lot of the triggers that I had to, if I was going to have a real shot of being dedicated, man, there were
Mhm.
things that I had to change about my life just even before I could even, it was critical.
No, thank you for sharing that. And that's, hey, that happens when you're up leveling up and just you remove people that are, hey, they actually reveal about you too, right? It's like, oh
Yeah.
man, it's like, oh, that is a true saying. Like you do become kind of like what your friends are, right? Like their
Mhm.
habits, the way of thinking, and even like whatever that is. But I'm glad that you pulled the plug on that because that could be a hard thing to do, right? Because being
Oh,
alone,
yeah, man.
yeah.
It was, man, and the crazy part is some of them I didn't even really have to, I didn't even really have to pull the plug. It was just like, man, events that just happened that were like, where it revealed to me why we were friends in the first place. Yeah.
Right.
And it really wasn't built on it. Like, yeah.
Some of them were just transactional or like, because I'm getting something out of you and hey, it doesn't serve you. So, brother, that is a huge win. So, what I'm hearing is you're actually more comfortable on your own now, right? You don't, it turns out that when it
Yeah.
sounds like getting rid of friends or, that we thought people that were our friends, letting
Mhm.
them go, it wasn't a bit, it may have hurt in the beginning, but you just realize like, whoa, you get to actually see who you are, right? Without being clouded with other people's opinions, etc. So how has that been for you? Like this solitude of just being on your own and applying the system and just growing. How has that been too?
At first, it was pretty tough, you know, but luckily I'm blessed with a boy who I helped raise from the age of 5. Well, he's 23 now and he lives with me.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and around the same time I joined the program, maybe a couple months before that, he decided, just out of the blue, he decided he was going to quit watching porn, and he's stuck to it ever since. So I've been
Dang.
blessed to live with one guy that has helped me out. Man, through a man, and that has helped too. I mean, because
Awesome.
all the rest of the people just kind of, I mean, I really don't hang out with that many people at the moment. But I look at it as I'm building myself to, I don't want to just give my energy to just anybody anymore.
That's good, man.
So,
I love that. Boundaries. So, and you have someone that's, hey, that aligns with your values and mindset too. So
mhm,
that's powerful, man. And that's sometimes that's all you need. And then
mhm.
the right people will come to your life. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
all right, brother. So, you're applying the system off your behavior. So, what else do you feel like is a big win that you would like to share or a win?
Man, since I started watching porn, there's never been a time when I have stops. Maybe there might have been a month in between here and there. Like, and I've been watching porn since I was probably 11. And yeah, there's not been, yeah. And I just never even thought that was even possible, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm not saying I don't slip, but it's what I'm saying, though, not when I don't watch any porn, you know what I mean? But I still have a
Yeah.
slip here and there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But man, the fact that I don't watch any porn, it blows my mind.
It could feel surreal at first, right? You're like, damn,
Mhm.
and those irrational thoughts come up like, oh, it's just is this really true or is it a matter of time, right? All these BS thoughts that come up. But hey, brother,
Yeah.
it's real. Like this is real life. You put in the hard work. You made those hard decisions of letting things go that no longer serve you. And most importantly, you stay accountable. You
Mhm.
tend to life calls. You facing your shadows, right? Those aren't easy things to do. I rather
Yeah.
stay in this
No.
thought of like, yeah, people, everyone loves you, right? Like, that's bullshit. Not everyone's gonna like you, but
Yeah.
you want to put on a face or a mask that, hey, if I want everyone to like me, which is not a healthy thing to do. But
Yeah.
no, brother, you've grown a lot, and these are great wins, man. So you improved in your health. Your sounds like your awareness is there a lot better, and you're able
Mhm.
to be vulnerable, right? And that's something that,
Mhm.
hey, as a result of just staying off your behavior is possible, man. And
Mhm.
so, what are you looking forward towards, like building in your reboot? What is the next phase of your reboot?
I don't know. I was hoping to do maybe some one-on-one. I think I'd be there if and that's really what I would like to do. I'd like to do some one-on-one work. You were one of the therapists. I think that I'm at that point where I'm ready to do that.
Nice, bro. So dang, man, you're ready just to tackle it head on. And that's
Yeah.
good. That means you're ready for it. And I appreciate the courage on that. That's something that, hey, we could always just stay here, right? And it could be one-on-one with anyone, but just the fact that you're open to the one-on-one and just getting there in a more saving yourself time is what I'm trying to say, right? Instead of just figuring things out. And while you could do it on your own, sometimes, hey, that one-on-one could help us save time. And
Yeah.
time is everything, brother. But that's good, man. So just to close it here, brother, what would you say to someone that's just watching this and they're probably in the same situation that you were? Maybe not exactly, but they're like, they struggle and like they actually join and they're like, oh, this is BS, and they're in their feels, or they have what's it called, a stimulant issue, right? Or anything around that area. What would you tell that brother to kind of like motivate him?
Man, the sooner that you can get started, the better off you're going to be. And try not to, that little voice in your head is going to tell you can't do it. It's definitely going to tell you can't do it. So don't let that deter you. Just know that's going to be part of it. And because you got people like Orestes here and David, who, hey man, if you don't show up, they're going to come looking for you. But that's a good thing though. That's a good thing. So man, just know though that they're always there. And man, if you do have some reason why you don't think that you can do it, they'll be there to tell you that you can. And honestly, they believed in me so much that at a point where I didn't even believe in myself, but they believed in me more than I believed in myself. And that meant something to me.
Thank you, Darren. Those are very nice words, brother. And I like you said, we'll come and chase you, man. Like, where are you?
Yeah, man, for real.
Yeah. It's out of love, of course. You're like, hey, man, what's going on? We're here to help. But no, thank you, Darren. Very kind words. And I appreciate you sharing your story so far. And it's only like the halfway point, if you will. And I can't wait to get on another call with you and just share what happens in the next couple of months, man, just to share to the Reboot world here. And brothers, thank you for watching, and I see you guys in the next one.
I'm JK, your brother in this struggle. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Porn Reboot podcast. I'll speak to you later on in the week. If you found this episode helpful, here are 4 ways I can help you with your out of control sexual behavior for free. The first way is to grab a free copy of my book, Confessions of a Porn Addict, 7 Secrets of Porn-Free Men at elevatedrecovery.org, or visit the link in the description below this episode. The second way is, if you're not sure where to start, but you'd like to learn more about my team and I, if you'd like to spend time with like-minded professionals and business owners who are controlling their behavior, then join our free and confidential group, the Porn Reboot Group on Facebook. There's a link to join in the description below this episode. The third way is, if you need help right now because you have a burning issue, your behavior with pornography is hurting you mentally or emotionally, you're about to lose your relationship, you want to live up to your potential, be an authentic man, and free yourself from shame, guilt, and underachieving, then click on the link in the description below this episode that says free coaching call. And the fourth way is to leave us a 5-star review if you enjoy this podcast, so that we can reach more men who are struggling in silence and bring back the lessons we learn from coaching them to freedom.